Actually, do you want to know? I've not had a chance. I've had a few other things on to let this job. Is Alan out there? Are they all out there? Yeah.
How many days is that? Hey, you've got a horse.
Yeah, I do. But, sorry, it's a jumper, but it's actually injured. Yeah, I've heard that before, haven't you? No.
Okay, we'll start off now. Who wants to kick us off? Fadumu?
Hi there, good, thank you. No, we'll just need to see how Emerson is. We're not sure how he is yet. So that would be probably the main one. Maxi Corney's back here at the moment after being away getting some treatment. So, but he won't be fit for this game, Maxi.
I mean, it's going to be a difficult task at home. You wouldn't want to go down, but I guess coming into this game, there's lots of positives to think about in terms of a lot of your players in return and doing quite well. What kind of challenges do you expect and kind of how do you expect your team to be able to work?
Well, it's a big task, but we have done it before, and hopefully we'll do it again. And we've played Freiburg a couple of times this season, 3 times this season now. So we have to try and get a victory from it. We all know the outcome has to be, if we can win, then whether we win in 90 minutes or whether we win over 120 minutes, we have to do it one way or the other. So I think our focus in every way is only about how we're going to win and putting in a performance that gets us that.
You say it's a big task. I mean, I know you're being respectful to the opposition, but you have already beaten them at home, and you're not that used to coming from behind in European ties.
No, the biggest memory would be Seville, where we had to come from behind in Seville. Against Seville, I should say, and at that time they were winners of the competition several times. So I think that was a real tough task for us. It took us 120 minutes to get the job done that night. So that will always be a big memory of mine in our European sort of period we've been involved in. But look, Freiburg are a good, steady Bundesliga team. They're competing for Europe again. They have done. As I said, we've beaten them a couple of times this season. They've beaten us once now. So this one's the big important one because this one sort of gets you through to the next round, whoever wins the game. But winning is the most important thing for us now, and we have to try and do that.
How important is a big start tomorrow?
It's always important in football to get a big start, but the biggest important thing is what it ends up in the end, and we get the result if we can. So we'll do everything to start the game very well, and we'll plan to be on the front foot as early as we possibly can be.
Is there a thought of trying to get Antonio and or Ings into the team as well as Kudus, Paqueta and Bowen?
Well, you try and work that out.
Well, you're the man picking the team, not me.
Yeah, but you're the one who's put the question over, so give me your ideas then to get all them in.
It's always possible to get attacking players into the team.
Always is, that's right. It just happens that you've got to defend in football as well.
It is always the case. The crowd have been really good to you and the team in the European nights at home this last season and the year before.
Crowd have been brilliant in the European games, especially. Again, what I mentioned there, Seville, stands out. Maybe that's when the start of the journey. We really it was our first season in it, and we were actually drawn against some really big opposition with Lyon and Seville, for example. I think that we'll need the crowd to play a big part. Obviously, we've got a slightly difficult kick-off time, or a strange kick-off time for a football club in London, I think, to be starting. So we've got to hope that you get through all the rush hour. Flexible working hours allows people to get to the stadium in plenty of time, and we can get that back in we so badly will need.
I was going to say that was my last one. I mean, generally I think all of West Ham's home games in Europe over this year and the last 2 years have been 8 o'clock starts. How difficult is it for you to get the team focused on a 5:45 kick-off?
No, it won't be difficult. We'll prepare for the game as we would do any other game, so there's no complaint about that. Probably if we were talking football, we would talk culturally in this country. We don't normally kick off games, but understand Europe and it's probably more to do with TV as well. from that point of view. But as most people who live in around London would tell you, it's a very difficult place to get to places round about that time in the evening.
Good luck seeing the quarterfinals.
Thank you.
David, just on that point, anecdotally, there's a lot of West Ham fans that either can't make it or will have to take the time off work. Sort of recreating that severe atmosphere, is that going to be harder if the stadium's not as full as it?
No, I think if we perform well, we'll get that atmosphere. So we don't want to focus too much on the other parts of it. But certainly, we need to give the supporters something to be. We did in the second half against Burnley. You know, and we got a lively response from the players and a lively response from the support as well. So we need to give them something which they can get behind. But obviously, you know, with a goal down, you need your home support. We had a penalty decision which didn't go in our favour in the last kick of the ball, and I just don't know how much the home support played in that not getting given. So we need our support to help us as well.
Yeah, that's what sort of means. The earlier kick-off make that harder to get, do you think?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I could look at it a different way. Say how kids can get to the game earlier. People come to the game. I said there's a wee bit more. Years ago in our country, we would have very rarely played. No, everybody worked from 9 till 5, and it would have made all these things impossible. I think there's a bit more flexi hours. I believe I might be wrong in saying that. So it could be that. Might be that it's great kick-off time, and it might be something which people enjoy because more young people can get to the game. But let's be fair, we play quite a lot of games early in Europe. Sometimes it's to do with the time difference, sometimes it's not. So maybe if we get an early game, sometimes we have to accept that as well.
6 or 7 of your players still here, I think, or who played in that Seville game. How important could that experience be?
Well, I think that we're gaining good experience in Europe, but we've also got probably a team full of international players, if we're being honest. Nearly all the players at some time have played international football. But I think the games in Europe, I think we're learning more. I think we're understanding a bit more how to control it. We'll need to do that tomorrow night. It's easy to say put all your attacking players out because that's what you need to do, but happens to have that we have another opposition to play against and make sure that we play the game over 90 minutes and try and win the tie over that period. So we'll do everything we possibly can to get through in the competition, and it's a competition we really want to continue to do well. We've had 2 or 3 magnificent years in it, and we want to keep it going.
On Danny, obviously, big part he played at the weekend. Does he have a big role to play this season?
I think we've always planned for Danny to have a big role to play. I think Danny, though, has probably came into a game which suited. We were the team in top, lots of penalty box entries and opportunities, and who had the tidy finishes and who could finish well. Well, everybody knows Danny Ings is great at that part of the game. There's been other games where we've not had as much of the ball, not as much round the box, where I don't see Danny giving us quite as much as we would require there. But he done a great job coming on. It's what we hoped. We hoped Danny Ings would get us goals when he comes on or starts. But they're probably his first goals for a while. So pleased for him. And he was unlucky maybe not to score more than the one goal he got.
Catherine?
Yeah, they're two really strong English players who've been in and around England squad for long periods of time. So I don't pick the England team, but you'll always be judged on your performances and how you play. There's no doubt whether you're playing for West Ham or whoever, you have to play well to be selected for England, and hopefully there's a chance that they can both be selected. Yes and no. I think when you're in Europe, I think you never know. I mean, look, you talk about it, but our first game I think was Dinamo Zagreb away, and it felt like, oh, what a game away from home, and the way we treated it, the players. We won away from home in Zagreb, which was a huge result. Nevertheless, the reason we got a game against Seville was because of how well we had done in the group and how well we had played against those other teams. So that was our first year in it, I should say, for a long, long time. And I think when it got to the group, the last 16 and then the quarterfinals, etc., I think, you know, people were excited before that. We were nearly had 60,000 at every game in Europe in the first year. It was fantastic. So we want to keep that up, and we're not changing. We're still trying to win it. So we want everybody behind us.
David, you spoke before about sort of the 3 years turning West Ham into a club that from overseas is seen as a bigger club in Europe now. Are these the fixtures where you need to tell your players to go out and act like it, pump their chests out and really show what they're capable?
Very much so. You know, if you want to be in the big stage now's your chance to put your act on. We're on the big stage. Show your act. Show. If you can't perform, don't go on stage.
And just on Calvin as well, quickly, obviously it's a big part of him coming here was to keep his place in the England squad, help West Ham and help his chances with that. Could you hope that having had to take him off at the weekend at half time, that he might have settled a bit quicker?
Well, look, it wouldn't have mattered who I took off at the weekend. The job was that we had to try and find a way of getting a result and getting back in the game, and whatever we done at the start, whether it be a bit hangover from the game on the Thursday, or whether it was a poor performances generally or lethargic start to the game, whatever you want to call it, I could have taken off any one of the players really. We'd started that poorly, but we made the changes, and unfortunately Calvin was one of the players who I'd chose to take off and see if we could turn it around. So he just needs to keep his head down, keep working. Things will turn for him. I've got no doubt for that. No doubt about that.
Do you think a call up would be good for him, or would you prefer him to keep his head down, maybe at West Ham?
Look, the call up's not my shout, and I can't say whether it'd be good or bad for him. All I know is that, you know, the England manager's got a brilliant squad of players to pick from. Probably going to go into this Euros favourites to win the competition. So to be in the group of, I don't know how many players, 23, 24 players, whatever they take, it's a big thing to do that, to be in the best 23 or 24 England players at the moment, because there's so many good English players just now.
Is it too simplistic to say tomorrow you need to keep a clean sheet, considering?
Well, it's not something we've done regular at the moment, but it might be too simplistic to say that, but that would be a great step. Look, the games were incredibly tight. The game the other night was incredibly tight. We gave away a really sloppy goal on 82 minutes, or it was looking as if there wasn't any goals in the game. So the games have all been tight. The first game was tight in the group stage. The second game was tight. We got a couple of goals up, but it was still very tight. So I don't expect it to be much different.
Like you said last month, I think, was after the Arsenal game, about being sort of surprised by the defence, because that had been a strength of the past couple of years. Have you seen improvements since, despite the lack of coaching?
Yeah, I've seen bits where I'm beginning to think this is better. You know, we've defended a bit better at times. You know, for long periods of the games we've defended better. You know, we lost a goal at Everton. We lost a couple of goals against Brentford, but I saw better all-round defensive performances, and I have to say as well, my goalkeeper's been playing magnificently well as well. So credit to him as well.
Your list of penalty takers, just in case.
Well, we'll always be prepared, or be as prepared as we possibly can be, but you wouldn't expect it any other way. The level of where football's going now, you know, and what people do and the work. So it'll be no different for Freiburg. I'm sure as well. They'll be the same.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
See you later. Cheers. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Good luck.
Cheers. Thank you.